Hi, and welcome to another episode of Beyond the Curb River City Living. I'm Jill Morenz with the Catalytic Fund. Today, I'm going to take you inside this loft apartment in Newport, Kentucky that's recently completed, and it's built inside an old department store. It makes inspired use of these 14-foot ceilings, and I can't wait to show you. This episode is sponsored by Orleans Development, specializing in historic redevelopment projects in northern Kentucky's river cities. It's also sponsored by Republic Bank, a bank where everyone feels welcome. Republic Bank, it's just easier here. This apartment has almost 1,100 square feet of space across its 3 levels. The combination of old and new elements throughout the building is a really striking feature of the project. Here you can see how the developer was able to keep the original tin ceiling with the deep crown molding. You enter the apartment through that green door on the kitchen level. The floors there are the original wood, while the platform floors are new. I love how the resident used those high light fixtures to play up the artwork. Notice how the 3 levels here make full use of the volume of space. They bring the windows up to the right height and also allow for a large closet and a bedroom above the kitchen. This view is looking down from the loft bedroom. Notice the different building materials pairing sleek with rustic, including the leathered granite they chose for the kitchen counters.
This building has a rich history. It was Eilerman Department Store, which was a clothing store for men and boys. The first floor was the retail where they'd sell the clothing, and then we suspect the upper floors were where the tailors would work and sew the clothing that they sold on the first floor. We suspect that because the ceilings are really high. They're 16 feet on the second floor and 14 on the third, and that would be before the age of air conditioning. That would help keep the upper floors cool, hence the name Tailor Lofts, because I think the tailors worked up here. My favorite features are the original features on the upper floors with the tin ceilings. The paint on the tin ceilings is original. It hasn't been touched for years, so it really has a dark, warm kind of feel to it, and then the existing exterior plaster walls have a lot of character. They're very moody in color. In some areas, the plaster's fallen off and you can see the brick below. So we left the ceilings and all the exterior walls alone, even the old windows, which are huge, to allow as much natural light as we could in. The ceilings on the second and third floor are also soaring ceilings. On the second floor, they're 16 feet high and 14 on the third floor. So on the second floor, where we have 16-foot high ceilings, we were able to get these various platforms in there to create lofts. And we also elevated the platform so you could see out the windows, because the windows were off the floor like 8 feet. And so you'd never be able to look outside living in these units. So we created these platforms, and that creates a lot of layering. We have a great range of tenants. We filled the building up really quickly, I think within 3 months, and they all kind of get along well. And when you share just like these common areas, you kind of want a good vibe between tenants. Well, Newport, being on Monmouth Street, is a great street. They can walk right down the front steps and out onto Monmouth. Monmouth has all these wonderful like mom and pop shops. There's a bakery, there's a butcher shop. Right across the street is a record store. So it's just got all the old school like restaurants and stores that have really stood the test of time here on Monmouth Street. And then once you get out of the Monmouth Street corridor, you have like the levee, and even the stadiums are an easy walk. There's a new concert venue that would be a really easy walk for the tenants to get out to also. So Monmouth is a very special street and has a good mix of retail.
Thank you so much for joining me on our tour of this up-leveled loft in Newport, Kentucky. Please take a look at our website, beyondthecurb.org, for more tours and also to learn about our in-person tours. On behalf of the Catalytic Fund and our sponsors, I'm Jill Morenz. Thank you so much for coming Beyond the Curb with us.